Good morning. We are looking at Devil's Lake there in our view this morning. You can see the wet surfaces there, the wet roads and parking lot to kick off our day today. And that is going to be a factor for us, not just for the Devil's Lake area, but a lot of places. We've got either fog or some drizzle and even some rain starting to move in for the valley here as we begin our first alert weather day and make our way into some changes over the next 48 hours. So this morning in Devil's Lake, you can see visibility is also down. There are places in the west where we're experiencing more morning fog and again the rain. And then this afternoon we transition to snow, and that could get a little messy for the evening drive. So caution lights here all morning and all day long for any travel that you're doing. You'll want to check back with us throughout the day, and the VNL weather app always has access to the latest road conditions around the valley and of course the latest radar too. So again, it's looking murky in Devil's Lake. Some areas not so bad, and then there are places where visibility is very low. Places like Cavalier and the Binford area seeing our visibility down with some fog and murky conditions. New Rockford, this was a spot that was looking more foggy, but some improvement has happened there. That's nice to see. And then in East Grand Forks, some wet roads there. That's what a lot of us along the Red River and into Minnesota, those places to the east where we're looking at some pretty decent visibility. The exception is up around Lake of the Woods, a little bit of reduced visibility there. But beyond that, it's basically the Red River is the boundary between where we have the fog and where we don't. And Grand Forks is right on it. We're at a half-mile visibility in Grand Forks. So that's where the fog continues to worsen. Half-mile in Grafton, looking at visibility down to 0 in Langdon, and Cooperstown, Carrington at a quarter-mile visibility. Not as bad in the Southern Valley, but still some lowering in places like Valley City. Gwinnett reporting 7 miles visibility right now. So our visibility is down thanks to the fog, thanks to the moisture in the air. To the southeast, we've got some stronger winds coming in out of the southeast, some gusts into the 20s to near 30 miles per hour. And you can see where the boundary is. We've got the wind out of the southeast, and then there's a transition to a northerly wind. So in between that, we've got warmer air to the east and then cooler air to the west. And here's a look at that on our temperature map. We are at 47 in Fargo. Meanwhile, in Grand Forks, we're at 38 and even cooler out to the west. Devil's Lake is at 33 degrees. Rolla right at freezing. So is Harvey. And that's where we may be dealing with more icy conditions. And then again to the east, still looking mild into the 40s right now. And your radar and satellite map, you can see the rain lifting in out of the south for places in the Southern Valley and over to the east. There's also a little bit of snow. There's the line, the rain snow line there right by the county line on Dickey County there to the west. And then watching for some of this rain around Oaks back over into Sargent County, and some lighter showers taking over here for those of us in west central Minnesota. So moving through the morning, we'll continue to watch this rain fill in, and we will be watching for that transition line to also start to see more of that precipitation on it. And then west from there, of course, you can see Harvey, Rolla, that's where we'll see snow first. Devil's Lake by noon, where I paused the clock here, we'll be close to the freezing mark and seeing some of that transition happening. Again, this is the general trend. It could be a little sooner than that, could be a little bit later than that, but overall it's more afternoon where we transition to snow in eastern North Dakota. Fargo, Grand Forks, even around 3 o'clock, still in the mid to upper 30s, still getting rain, still pretty warm into Minnesota at that point. But that transition is happening during that time. So between 3 and 7, right during drive time, we see that transition turn over to snow in Fargo and in Grand Forks. So it could get a little messy. Temperatures will likely be above freezing initially and then start dropping. So there may be a period where we're getting snow, but it's melting. And then eventually it does start to accumulate a little more as we head into tonight. So that snow continues into the overnight and into tomorrow morning. We'll see some lingering spotty snow showers tomorrow morning, and we'll be dealing with a little bit of wind out of the northwest with that too, and much cooler temperatures. So we're going to talk more about how much snow we can expect to see coming up here, but your forecast is sponsored by Innovative Basement Authority.
It just keeps getting worse. The crack keeps growing. The doors and windows stick.
This must be very frustrating. Almost no one connects that these are telltale signs that water is shifting your foundation. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh. This is done growing in this house.
Okay.
The effects of water can be surprising, but at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free.
So here's a look at our snowfall potential for this event. Lesser amounts in the south, a few more inches of snow possible in the north. And you can see it's not going to be a lot. We're talking about maybe 2 to 4 inches, maybe as high as 2 to 5 inches for those of us along the international border in northeastern North Dakota, where that transition happens first. And then those of us, I'd say Highway 200 points north, more likely to see 1 to 2 inches of snow. And then lesser amounts to the south, though you can see maybe a couple of inches possible even into parts of Lakes Country. And again, the caveat here, the mitigating factor is the temperature. It's going to still be very warm today, so we're going to see some initial melting, which could cut into our amounts. But definitely seeing that transition to snow, though, heading into tonight and continuing into Friday. Look at those temperatures going from 46 this afternoon. Well, actually, that should be more this morning. We're going to be watching those temperatures drop. And then heading into Friday, more into the 20s for your highs. So the snow, once it sticks, it looks like it's going to hang around for a little bit here, with temperatures staying right around freezing for highs and overnights in the teens and 20s.
Wow. I've been window open sleeping just a little bit, and now, yeah, I'm crazy. But now it's
been
gonna
nice.
come to an end.
Yeah. But you know what? It's been nice to get a little bit of a break,
Yeah.
and we are in February now. So, you know, we still have some winter left, but at the same time, we're not just starting things out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end is in sight. Yes. And light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Thank you, Lisa.